Hello, everyone. Okay, it's been a long time, and I know. Um, Welcome back to my channel, The Refined One, where we understand personal branding and how to be refined and the process of being refined as well. So today, on. I just want to be talking about healing before branding and why it is important to heal before you go into branding. All right, so let's go. Um, so I haven't posted in a long time because it's really been a while. A lot has been going on, a lot of process. This community was actually built because of being refined and this process, and actually what I'm going through at the moment. I wouldn't say I'm going through anything serious because it's something that can definitely pass and that will pass. It's just that phase that we get to in life when we get to a certain stage. So, and I believe that when you get to the stage of struggle, it means that you're growing, you're moving from point A to point B to point C and to point D, which is very important in life. If you don't grow, it means that you're actually not living. So I would say healing before branding is a process, is a stage that we all need to go through in life to be refined. And without this stage, we're not going to be that finest version of ourselves. We're not going to be that diamond. We all know the process of diamond, the process of gold, and all of those things. And when we put on gold, you know how sparkly it is, and diamond and all of that. So healing is very, very important. And I just want to share what I've been doing that has actually been helping. I just want to share it with you guys. So, the healing process, first of all, I just want to say that the healing process is very difficult. It's it's just like you having to strip yourself of certain habits, certain things that you used to do, and all of that. And you're getting to the stage where a lot of things that used to matter to you no longer matter to you. That is the healing process. Firstly, you have to acknowledge that you have certain things that you need to cut off. You have to acknowledge that you have certain problems that you need to work on, that needs to be worked on. You have to acknowledge the fact that most of the times you might be the problem. You have to acknowledge the fact that most of the times you could get it wrong and nobody's perfect. You need to understand that fact that you're not perfect. You need to acknowledge that fact. The moment you acknowledge that fact, then you become vulnerable. What makes you vulnerable? The fact that you've been able to acknowledge the fact that you have this problem, you have this issue, and it needs to be dealt with. When you've acknowledged it, then you can cry to your Father in heaven. Of course, that, Daddy, this is the problem that I'm going through. That's because you've been able to acknowledge the fact that you're not a good person. You've been able to acknowledge the fact that you can't do this on your own. You need help, right? So that is the first stage, acknowledging. The second stage is talking to your father. So a friend of mine actually introduced me to this, and it's been it's been amazing so far. I wouldn't say I've been consistent, which is very bad of me, but I know for a fact that the few times that I did it, it was quite very intimate, and I was very vulnerable. I let myself go of whatever ego and pride that I used to have, especially as a woman, right? But we're gonna get there some other time. We're going to talk about, women and ego and being masculine and how it has actually affected our lives. That's a different story for another day. So she introduced me to this. She was like, you know what you're gonna do? Try to talk to your father. in the morning. It might not be in the morning, it might be in the noontime. Whatever time that is convenient for you, just, prayer should be a place of intimacy with Christ. So she was like, talk to him. It could be anywhere in your house. It could be once you just open your eyes, the first thing you do before you go through your phones is you could just say, like you're talking to somebody. Just picture yourself actually talking to somebody. Picture yourself actually talking to someone that you know is ready to shield and protect you, because that is who our Heavenly Father is. He is our shepherd, right? So what you do is you wake up, you could just go like, hey Father, hey Daddy, this was how my day went. This was what I did. I woke up in the morning. I talked to you the previous day. Then afterwards, I went through my phone. I saw some certain things. It's just like you're actually gisting or having a conversation with your Father in heaven. And then when you talk about your day, then you talk about those things that you did that you're not happy with. Because, like I said before, you have to acknowledge the fact that this thing is not good for you and you're not happy with it. So now the second stage is talking to your Father, which means now you're talking to him about those things that you're doing each day that doesn't sit right well with you and you want to let go of, because you cannot do it on your own. We all need that help. You talk to him like, Daddy, okay, I did this. I lied. I talked to somebody in a very terrible manner. I insulted someone. I looked down on someone. And I know this is not something that you would want me to do, because this is not who you are, Father. And because I am your image here on earth, I want you to please help me take it out. Help me take it off. Help me not do it again. And you find yourself in a very intimate place or space where everywhere is just calm. Like you just find this relief, right? Yes, I understand that a lot of people have made prayer look like you must, scatter everywhere, do all of that. No. A simple conversation would actually go a long way, because you could be praying for 3 hours, 4 hours, and someone that just sits down and talk to his or father for like 10 minutes will get to his heart faster than who has been making noise for three. All you just need is focus and just let it be that you're talking to you can see him right in front of you and you're talking. Then the next stage would be reading books or watching videos, whichever one that you know works for you, and all of that. When you get to a point, I'm saying this out of experience, because this is what has been working for me, and because I'm talking to God about helping me through this process. I noticed that whenever it is that I come across, or I'm in a situation where I'm about to do those things that I don't want to do, I withdraw. And first of all, I either go on YouTube and look for one elevating video to watch, or something, whatever it is that is going to take your mind off that, or like just take your mind off whatever it is. Just go and do it. Either take a book, say a movie, or but I will recommend watching elevating videos that has to do with growth, videos that has to do with mindset, videos that has to do with how you can actually do things better. You might watch one today. It doesn't matter if you watch that same video the next day. Faith comes by hearing. All right, so you need to keep on putting the effort to. Another thing that works for me is feedback. I like to ask people around me, my friends, okay, what's that thing about me that you don't like? What's that thing about me that doesn't sit right well with you? What's that thing about me that so far you wouldn't say it's a good thing and you would want me to stop? It is very important that you ask these questions, because it just shows that you want to grow. And once they tell you, oh, this, that, you might not know, right? That's the thing. Most of the times we do not know. So most of the time we don't know any of these things. So when we ask people that are standing at far to see us, they can easily tell us, okay, this is the problem. And you should work on it. And you're like, oh, okay. I actually didn't notice. I actually didn't realize this, but I'm glad that you told me this, and I will definitely work on it. So, firstly, you acknowledge. Secondly, you talk to your father every day as much as possible. Third, invest your time in videos, elevating books. Fourth, ask for feedback. It is very important. Is there any other thing I would like to add? Okay. When you after you've asked for feedback, then you constantly check yourself, self-check, reflect. Like whenever it is you're talking to your father, it helps you also reflect and think about what you did the previous day, and it helps you not to do it again. And when you continue this, you find yourself on your way or in a journey heading towards being refined. You find yourself on a journey heading towards your personal branding, that thing that defines you and your identity. And trust me, it's going to be a lot of struggle for many of us, but consistency, every day putting in the effort would get you to where you want to get to tomorrow. And you always look back and tell yourself, yes, I am proud of myself. Yes, I am proud of what I did. And I thank God for his grace, and I thank God for his help, because you cannot do this alone. Yeah, so that is it. I just wanted to share this out there today, and I hope that this was really, really helpful for anybody that comes across this video. I hope that we've learned. I'm just going to go over it again. Acknowledge, talk to your father, um, acknowledge the problems, talk to your father about the problems, invest in books, videos, and anything that has to do with elevating your spirit, your mindset, your growth. The fourth one is to always ask for feedback from friends, families, loved ones, anybody that you know is going to have your back. And then self reflection is very important. While you're asking for feedback, don't forget to also reflect on those things that you want to get rid of, and also help yourself, because it is very important that we know who we are, we find our identity, and we also understand how or why we need to be refined. Refinement is the process of getting to that point we want to get to. So, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Share the video with your friends, your loved ones, your family, anybody you know that actually needs this. Share the video with them. Subscribe if you're new, subscribe if you're old. Thank you for coming once again to watch the video, and I hope and pray that I am consistent here. Thank you. Ciao.